than like Scotty or his face. It's got to be clever. Something.
True trekkers.
Something fitting for such a great man.
It's true. We got to think on this. And if any of our listeners have any great ideas,
it should definitely be on a green T-shirt.
Yes, a green T-shirt.
Yeah,
not a red T-shirt.
No, green, so we can say it's green. Ha ha. Well, yeah, it'd be like, oh, it's supposed to be like a Scotty T-shirt. Why isn't it red? Oh, because it's green.
What is it? It's green.
It's green. So there's this weird overhead like zoom in shot of Kirk at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah, it was kind of like a French New Wave. Like somebody watched the 400 Blows and was like, I'm gonna change Trek forever.
Like I'm gonna fucking turn it on his head. And then like the day after, like after they're watching dailies, they're like, Peter, you're fired.
Get Judd back in here. Judd, can you fix this? No.
No, like, well, I guess we'll have to use it.
Yeah, we're going to have to use it because we only had $60 to film this week's episode.
So, which is like $1 million in today's dollars.
Yeah.
But
inflation went through the roof in 71.
So, anyway, they're headed to Memory Alpha, which is a planetoid, which is basically where the Federation like keeps their servers.
Yeah.
There's this weird Pink Floyd laser light show going on.
Yeah.
That the Enterprise like flies into, and it messes everyone up in different ways. Like, Scotty, like Sulu, like his hands don't work or something like that.
Something.
And like Uhura, like like goes like can't like talk or like goes temporarily blind. I don't know, but
whatever.
Lieutenant Romaine, who's Scotty's macking on,
his love interest.
She passes out and starts making these weird gargling noises.
His Melissa at the wedding.
Melissa at the wedding. They take her back to sick bay, and she recovers, and she's like, "I'm fine," but she's got the lights of Zetar in her eyes.
And Kirk's like, "Oh, I saw this in Where No Man Has Gone Before, back when we wore turtlenecks."
And you're not fine. Also, she sees a dead guy in her mind's eye, or whatever, which is weird.
Yeah, this episode, man. Except for Scotty.
Well, not like weird, like. It's just not like weird. Like what's up with that? I mean, it's weird. Like, oh wow, she's seeing.
Why are you seeing the dead?
Yeah, like why are you like having premonitions of the dead?
Yeah, you're not Haley Joel Osment.
Because yeah, for sure that guy is dead on Memory Alpha. Oh, and she walks in. She's like, I saw this in my mind's eye or whatever. And also the laser light shows destroyed some of the servers.
Oh, that's right. So now the works of Pink Floyd are lost forever.
Yeah, like, well, at least like the first couple of stuff, which everyone's like, it's not too bad, but like
it's not The Wall.
I mean, yeah, but they're like, look, Piper's at the Gates of Madness is just as good. Is that what it's called? At the Gates of.
You're asking the wrong dude. You want to talk about the Beatles
with Conan? I gotta talk to Conan.
Can I dial a friend?
Conan is Piper's at the Gates of Dawn. I'm sorry, that's what I said. We're playing a geek trivia game.
Piper's at the Gates of Dawn.
At Man Bites Dog, which is a hot dog eatery in Austin.
Awesome eatery.
But that's Pink Floyd's first album. That's like sounds like almost like nothing. It's like this like weird like psychedelic, like art album, which is weird.
It's the best.
But I mean, it's
okay.
Well, I mean,
I'm gonna listen to it after you leave.
It's not. When you think Pink Floyd, it doesn't sound like what you think Pink Floyd sounds like.
Right.
So I guess it would be like Genesis, like Peter Gabriel era Genesis and Phil Collins era Genesis.
Right.
It's like that. It's like just they change stylistically.
And Memory Alpha's lost it forever.
Yeah, they don't have it anymore. Which sucks.
Because of the Pink Floyd laser light show.
Yeah, which is
how
ironic.
This episode just jumped a notch. I would love to see a show set at Memory Alpha just about the librarians working.
Yeah.
It'd basically be my job. I'm in document control.
And like one, like what wouldn't be crazy if like, you know, like one, like, you know, kind of gets drunk and gets dared to like delete just like a
small thing.
Seemingly you know, inconsequential like file, but
then it suddenly unravels a galaxy-wide conspiracy or
Wouldn't
something.
That be fucked up?
I would watch that show.
I should Rochambeau that. What is it?
What? Rochambeau?
The Jewish thing?
Midrash.
I should midrash that.
Rabbinic midrash.
They find a lady. They find a lady making those same weird noises that Romaine did, and then she's like, "Well, no, like she's like," and then she starts glowing in different colors, and then she dies. And then Romaine shows up and is all like, "Winter is coming." And by winter, I mean the laser light show. Also, I saw all these dead people in my mind's eye or whatever.
You're all gonna die.
And so they go back to the Enterprise, and to avoid to reason with then minor. I don't know what I wrote here.
This episode's so dumb it made you stupider.
To avoid to reason with then minor attack, then avoid the laser light show. I don't know what that means.
Me neither.
It's nothing works. No. I guess to reason with the laser light show, and then to kind of like jab it a little,
right?
And then like it doesn't work. Neither works because I guess like Kirk thinks it's like a sentient being, so he's like, "This is James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise.
I'm gonna talk you to death now."
But that doesn't work. So he's like, "Just kind of poke it a little." And Sulu's like, "The phaser set to poke," and
extending finger.
And that doesn't work. So full on attack. Kirk orders.
Kirk again, his madness peeks its head. Kill it! Fucking kill it!
It's like, this is James T. Kirk of the USS Enterprise. We come in peace. Doesn't seem to be working, Captain. Like, attack lightly. Doesn't seem to be working, Captain. Kill it! Kill it with fire!
He's choking Chekhov while screaming at Zero.
Masturbating with one hand, trying to gouge out Chekhov's eyes with the other. So they full on attack, but Romaine is hurt by this. Like she's like affected whenever they attack the laser light show. And Scotty's like, "They're connected, Captain. You must stop the attack." So he does. And
he's like, "I can't risk the galaxy for a piece of poon. I'll take you back to War Planet." Except Kirk actually does.
But he finally does.
He's like, "I get it. I love poon too.
I love it too.
And I'm better at getting it than you. Who knows when you're going to have this opportunity?"
Exactly. So Romaine is taken to sickbay, and where Bones finds out that she's like possessed by whatever the storm is. Mm-hmm. And also Romaine tells Scotty like, I saw you dead. Like,
FYI,
FYI,
you're all gonna die.
In my mind's eye, I saw you dead. So then they try to save her from full on possession.
They bring in a priest.
They bring in two priests, and one who's like
young,
struggling with his faith. And an older gentleman who
specializes in exorcism.
Who has done this before.
Right. He was in Iraq, but they called him back.
Full-on possession takes place by an alien from Zetar, we find out. They have no physical bodies. Like, they're just like, I don't know, like...
They're just mind's eyes.
They're just mind's eyes or whatever. And they want to get into Romaine.
Get it.
To live out their lives because I guess, like, she's...
What is it with these evolved beings? Just like, let me taste it.
Let me get in that body, girl.
Yeah, seriously.
There's something about her that appeals to them.
And Scotty's like, I get it.
Like, yeah, for sure. So Kirk puts her in a gravity pressure chamber as a last resort.
He's like, hey, let me show you something Khan did to me.
And Scotty thinks like he won't really die. He goes to touch it or something, or like to help her,
right? Because
he doesn't think he'll really die. Sure, he doesn't, but he gets fucked up really bad, which is quite a gamble. Yeah, like he gambles on love.
He really wants her.
So anyway, the chamber works and everyone lives happily ever after.
So what happens to the Zetarians? Do they just go on their way? Are they dead? What happens?
I guess they die. I mean, they're expelled from the body.
No solution offered. Just sort of a fuck off.
Yeah, just fuck right off. So the Cloud Minders, which is a weird name.
I kind of liked this one.
What's a weird title?
It is a weird
The Cloud Minders.
You mind them clouds?
Did you notice anything about this episode from Jump Street?
I noticed that George Lucas must have been taking notes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. No cold open.
Really? I don't
think there was.
Did it just start with the theme song and then jumped right in?
I think so.
I didn't notice that somehow.
Yeah.
You fucking with me?
I mean, unless like my Netflix didn't play it, or maybe I
jumped somehow.
Or it jumped, or maybe I'd seen it before and it started at some point. Like
I'm gonna fire it up. Not that I don't believe you. I just gotta witness this. What the fuck, dude?
Yeah, but
I'm gonna keep it on mute.
I think that's what happened.
Weird.
Well, the Enterprise... we all... Pizza Head, you better not be lying.
You will pay dearly.
So the Enterprise goes to Ardana to get some Zionite.
Oh, they need the Zionite. Wait, is it Zionite this week?
Yeah.
Don't they go after Zionite again a couple days later?
They need something else.
Okay, that also starts with the
Yeah. It's like the black plague of vegetables on this other planet.
Yeah, they got to stop a vegetable.
It's a potato famine.
Out of space.
A space potato famine. And Kirk has no time to bullshit around, so him and Spock beam right to the mine. Like, they have the mine.
Yeah, they don't stop at the city in the clouds, although they stop to admire it.
Yeah.
Spock's like, look at this badass city. I've learned blah, 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 blah.
It's like, whatever. Like, I have no time for this. There's a potato famine going on. And so they want them to... They want them to beam down to Cloud City. I mean, Stratos.
Right.
But they go to the mines instead.
George.
Which is what Plass is, the dude who's in charge. That's what he wanted. And so they get to the mines and they get jumped. Is that the cold open?
Yeah.
What's going on? Oh, I guess I fucking missed it. I don't know. Alright, so maybe I'm full of shit then. I must have missed it.
I don't know. Whatever. You guys like Star Trek?
What's up with Star Trek, man? So they get to the mines and they get jumped by some bros and one lady.
A beautiful lady.
And Kirk...
The most beautiful lady.
Kirk makes a mental note, have sex with her before you leave the planet. And then Plastic Security helps, like, quell the fight. So finally in Cloud City, I mean Stratos.
Right.
Kirk and Spock live it up. And they find that the miners they call them troglodytes.
Yeah, they really reached for that.
Yeah,
name.
like, can we call them troglodytes? Like, no. That's a little
Take a syllable out.
That's too obvious. Just take a syllable out.
Troglodytes.
Troglodytes.
Because they're only part stupid. You know, like troglite, like Coke.
Like Diet Coke.
Right.
They mine and risk their lives while the 1% get all the benefits. And Kirk is all like, "Oh, Placish, you do not realize that it's the people who hold the power." Grabbing his collar.
Placis's daughter is very lovely.
Yeah.
And her peacock dress.
Also, the 1%, they've captured a troglodyte. But he committed suicide before selling out.
Seriously,
there. He jumps off of like Lando's balcony
landing pad. Yeah.
And meanwhile, Plass's daughter, who has a banging body.
Seriously, I think she must be like a dancer or something. Like she's ripped like a dancer.
Like she has an insane body.
Yeah.
She wants to bone out Spock.
Diana Ewing, Roxine, is that her name?
Which there's this weird part where
she's like, "Fuck me with your sharp ears."
And Spock's like, "That's logical."
No, he's like, "Let me turn my head."
There's a part where like her father Plassus introduces her as like the most beautiful work of art on the planet or whatever.
So
in the city.
Creepy.
And then she's like, "I've never met a Vulcan," and he says, "I've never met a work of art." And I'm like, "Damn, Playboy, you got some fucking game."
He really does.
But for sure, like if it were logic, I mean, like
if it were real Spock.
Like
instead
Zachary
of like
Quinto?
season 3 Spock.
Oh no! I'm saying like because to him like it's not like I'm here doing my job. I'm like Kirk, who's like I can get a some puss on the side. I'm good.
Right.
Spock, that's not logical for Spock.
Right.
He's like I'm on duty.
Right.
It's only logical for me to perform my functions.
It's true.
But if you were just like hanging out, dude, I'm sure he pulls so much tail.
He pulls
if you would want
Romulan
to.
tail.
Yeah.
And, because he's got way better moves than Kirk.
Oh, yeah.
Because he plays it completely cool.
Yeah, he plays it cool. He's like, if it happens, baby, cool. If not, it's whatever.
No wonder in the 09 version he's got Kirk does.
And he's a musician, which we find out later.
You've seen him play before.
But, I mean, like, a real musician. Like, I mean, like a fucking, like a Prince. Like, he can play multiple instruments. Like, he could record his, like...
He's the new Radicals of space. That's the best example, right?
Pretty much, yeah. Like, I was way off base with that Prince thing. These are the new Radicals of space.
Can you make it white for me? I'm sorry.
It's like, Prince? Ooh, it's a little... So not to be outdone, Kirk also has a potential fuck buddy named...
but she's a troglodyte.
Yeah, it's Vana, but she's the lady from the Mind Brawl, and she's also the leader of the rebellion. So Leia, I mean, Bana kidnaps Kirk in Cloud City. I mean,